Hey everybody, it is almost marathon weekend. That is this weekend. I have my Goofy challenge, which is I run the half marathon down at Disney on Saturday, and then I run the full marathon at Disney on Sunday. So it'll be an exhausting weekend. I leave tomorrow on Thursday, and I've been spending the morning getting things organized around here and packing and everything else. And I wanted to just kick off a reading vlog, and this will probably span a little bit of time because I am leaving. So, but anyways, I decided that I want to read 3 horror books in this vlog coincide with winterween this weekend. I'm going to bring a few books with me. One I'm going to finish before I leave, and then the other one will be on my Kindle. So I'm going to read Mr. Magic by Kirsten White. I'm also going to be reading Knock Knock Open Wide, and then by Neil Sharpson, and then lastly I will be reading a book on my Kindle, Rotten Tommy by David Sodergren. If you could guess what this vlog is about, this vlog will be containing 3 books, all horror, that contain children's shows in some aspect. Interesting. We'll see how it goes. I am going to be starting with Mr. Magic by Kirsten White, and in this book it surrounds a show called Mr. Magic that all the millennials remember watching when they were kids, singing their songs, and knows the characters, but there is no existence of on the internet. There's no clips on YouTube. There, a Reddit post gets taken down. No interviews with former cast members. The kids, supposedly something violent happened towards the end, but no one knows for sure, and people say that that's not really what happened. There is this woman who was taken away with her father. Her father took her away from the show, who used to be on the show, but has no memory of it whatsoever, and she is contacted to do a reunion podcast for the show, and it will go from there. So I will get back to you when I've read about half of this. I have been listening to Mr. Magic all morning while doing chores around the house and getting packed up for my trip. Lots to do before I leave the house, and my children and my husband to fend for themselves. They'll be fine. Yes, I am on chapter 12 in Mr. Magic, and I'm really liking this. I think this one I've seen some people say they didn't like it. I picked it up used, probably on Pango. I probably needed free shipping or some nonsense when I was ordering. It's just been sitting on my shelves for quite a while, and the cover is cool. I like the color. It's bright pink. Anyways, I am really liking this so far, actually. I'm liking the creepy aspects of it. The main character doesn't remember anything about the show or even being on the show. We travel to this location, and it has some mystery culty aspects to it, so I am liking that a lot. It's definitely creepy. We still have no idea who Mr. Magic is. There's no evidence of him or his being or who he was or what he was, so that'll be interesting to see. I kind of see where it's going, and I like where it's going so far. So I will update you later. I am 70% into Mr. Magic now. I have been busy today, vacuuming, cleaning bathrooms, etc., packing, and I've been listening to my Libby audiobook of Mr. Magic, and I'm still really liking this. There's this one part where the main character is pulling something slowly out of her hand, which was very creepy, so that was an interesting image. They're also somewhere and creepy things are happening, and I am enjoying it all, really. Still very culty. It's just interesting. I don't know what else to say about it. I finished Mr. Magic, and I'm happy with this one. I liked it. I think I'm going to give it 4 stars. Themes of just trauma in here, and not taking things at face value, and parenting your kids in a way where they can learn to make decisions for themselves and think critically about the world. What else? Lots of good stuff in here. I liked it. It was creepy and a little bit of a mystery, and I thought the ending was good. I liked it. So I'm gonna give this one 4 stars, and that'll be the first book of the vlog. I am all packed up, ready to go. Got my little carry-on, got my running shoes on. And hopefully I'll end up with my 5th one of these guys, because I ran it in 2020, 2022, 2023, 2024. Last year I had to skip because of a family thing, and now hopefully I'll get my 5th one, and it might be my last. I don't know. I'm definitely not doing it next year, so we'll see how I feel about life when I go a year without a marathon. So I picked up all my stuff. Hopefully I earned them. Here's my bib and marathon, half marathon, Goofy Race shirt. So that's it. I am back from Disney. It's Tuesday after my marathon and half marathon Goofy challenge over the weekend. Yes, I run both the half marathon and the full marathon. I did take some little video clips from the trip, but I think that's going to be in a different vlog. So if that one goes up first, I'll link it down below. But anyways, this is for my vlog of books featuring creepy children's, oh my gosh, my brain is not working. My brain does not work well after I run marathons, and especially Disney ones, because you have to wake up at like 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning to get to the start line, and it's exhausting, and then you run, and then that's even more exhausting. Anyways. Okay, anyway, I started Knock Knock Open Wide this morning after I dropped the kids off, and I'm really liking this so far. That first chapter is so weird in such a good way, and I'm loving the Irish folklore horrorness of it all, even though we haven't gotten to that part really yet, but we know it's coming. Yeah, I'm loving the atmosphere of it and the fogginess of it, and just, yeah, I don't know what's going on at all, and that's something I really like in my books. I like to be a little confused and slowly get more information, and this is one that I'm really looking forward to continue with because it seems like it's going to be a really good time. Everyone seems to really love this one, and I've read the first chapter now, and I agree so far that this is really good. So I have to unload the car. I went and got groceries and wine and milk, and I have to kind of catch up around the house today. You know, the house is just, you know, it's fine. I need to vacuum, and as always with the 2 dogs, I always need to vacuum, and I need to get caught up on laundry. But other than that, you know, my husband did a good job of maintaining, so it's not like I have too much to get caught up on. Anyways, see you later. I realize I forgot to tell you what this is about. I am going to most things blind. I know that in the beginning of this book, there's a woman, and she's driving late at night, and she comes across a body, and then she goes to a farmer's house to get help with said body, and everything's kind of confusing, and she is drugged basically by her exhaustion and the atmosphere in the evening and of it all, and everything's kind of like foggy, and she goes to this farmer's house, and something happens there, and she never speaks of it again. And then 20 years later, the book picks up, and I've just gotten to that part. I haven't read on yet, and it follows that woman's daughter, and her mother has never spoken about what's happened to her, but she has a suspicion that what happened to her mother has a connection to this children's show called, I don't remember what it's called, it starts with a K, this Irish children's show that's been on forever. What is it called? I highlighted it. Oh, Puckeen, and it has characters in it, and there's this box with a red door, and it says if you're bad, then Puckeen will come out of his box, but he never comes out. No one ever sees him, and everybody's memories about this show are a little muddled, a little unsure, and different from each other. So it's creepy and weird, and we don't know much about that yet. It's a story about following the daughter, trying to figure out what happened to her mother. She's an alcoholic now. She's never spoken about what happened to her back then. So yeah, that's what this book is about so far, and I'm really liking it. She running. Get her. Go get her. Get her. Ellie's watching me cook. Yes, she is. Making muffins. I made some eggies. An update on Knock Knock Open Wide by Neil Sharpson. I am over halfway through now. I am loving this. It is so good. It has a lot going for it. The writing is really good. The creep factor is really good. You know, it's Irish folklore, and there is a lot of that in here. There's also a sapphic romance / relationship in here. There's family dynamics, relationships between mother and daughter, which I love, and the complicated dynamics there. Generational trauma, a mother, you know, who has lived through something traumatic and is then having to turn around and mother her children, and how that affects their life, their personal relationships with others and themselves. And I'm finding that really interesting. And the stuff, of course, with the TV show, there's not a whole lot about that in here, but it's sort of kind of in the background where you're wondering, how is that going to come, you know, first circle around? And yeah, it's weird and also not at the same time, and it's really good. And what else? There's 2 timelines in here. There's the past timeline, and then there's a more present timeline that's following Etane, I think her name is. Is that her name? Yes. So there's the past timeline that's following Etane after something traumatic happens to her, and then there is the more present timeline that's following her daughter. Well, it's following her daughter's girlfriend, sort of, whose name is Betsy, I think. And no, Betty. So she's following the more present timeline is following Betty, which is, she has a romantic relationship with Aisling, which is Etane's daughter. Really good so far. I'm really enjoying it. And I'm excited to finish it. So I'll see you when I'm all done. I finished it.
In either of their heads, really.
Shush,
and it got better.
I finished it, and I need to let it simmer a bit, but I think I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. It's possibly a 5, but I have to think about it for a little bit first. I love this. It was so good. I didn't even realize when I picked it up that it had a sapphic relationship into it, which was like a nice surprise. But yeah, I really liked it. It was interesting. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about it. I love the Irish folklore. I loved like the imagery. There's some pretty gnarly stuff in here, which was really cool to see. And I'm gonna give it 4.5. This one definitely is seated above Mr. Magic, which makes me think it might be a 5 for me because I gave Mr. Magic a 4. I have one more to go. I have to read Rotten Tommy, and then this vlog will be done. I am on my way to Costco now, and if you know anything about me and Costco, I always hit up the Book Barn after. It is the best used bookstore ever. It is a hot mess sometimes. There's 3 different, like, it's the Book Barn. They're all the Book Barn, but there's 3 different buildings because it's so big. So they have a building for general fiction. No. Well, there is a building for general fiction, but they have like a whole different store for genre fiction. And there's also like a kid section in that one. And then there's the big barn, which has a bunch of stuff in it, but also like this huge fiction separate outbuilding. And then they have the young adult, and then there's a lot of nonfic in there. And then there's even another section, which is a section I never go to. It has like religious books and some other nonfiction books and some other stuff that I don't care about mostly. So I don't really go in there much. But yeah, there's 3 different stores for the Book Barn. So you could literally spend all day there. There's goats and there's cats and there's chessboards outside and things. People like to go there, and it's near the beach, so that's a plus too. Lots of stuff down there. Anyway, I'm gonna go off to Costco, get the boring part done, and then allow myself to go to the book barn. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a time limit because I do want to get back and do a little more reading before the kids get home. So these are the books I got at the book barn. I picked up a copy of The Picture of Dorian Gray. This is The Game in Yellow, and then other story, The Game in Yellow. The yellow wallpaper, and then other selected writings from her. Art and Lies. Self-Portrait with Nothing. Follow Me to Ground. Did some good ones today. The Girl Who Chased the Moon. Sugar Baby, and then Discontent. So some good ones today. Okay, I am about 85% of the way through Rotten Tommy, and I am kind of ambivalent towards it. It could be because I had just finished reading the second book in the Indian Lake trilogy, which is also a slasher, and obviously that's Stephen Graham Jones, and I enjoyed it, but even that I was starting to get tired of the slasherness towards the end. This one's a lot more fast-paced and it's a lot shorter than that one, but I don't know, I'm still kind of bored of it. The kills are cool and some of them are pretty brutal, and bad people are having bad things happen to them, which I like. But I sort of feel like the beginning was creepy, and I liked the first, I would say 30%, quite a bit, but now that we kind of know, kind of, sort of, not really, but like we have a better idea of what's happening, I am just kind of bored, and I really don't like the characters, and I don't feel like we've really gotten to know them very well, other than she has autism, and she like started an info dump on this like police guy about what it's like to have autism and stuff, and I'm like, I'd rather you just show me instead of just tell me that. I don't know, it's like I don't really find it like important or informative, so it was like, why is this part of this book? I don't know. It's fine, but I am getting bored, so it might be like a 2.5, a low 3 on Goodreads. So anyway, I am out for a walk. It is about 30 degrees out. We got some snow last night, so it's just really pretty. And I am out for a walk / run for the first time since the marathon. Attempt to run a few miles, test out the legs, see how they're feeling. They're feeling fine. I would say my joints are feeling a little wonky, which is pretty normal after even a week after a marathon. So we'll see, but it's just so nice out. And I know tomorrow it's going to be colder, and then it's going to get a little bit warmer on Wednesday, but then it's going to be really cold for the rest of the week. So I wanted to try it out today, and then maybe Wednesday I'll go out again and see, and then I don't know how the rest of the week's going to be. I don't have access to a treadmill, at least not easy access to a treadmill, so this is pretty much my only option. So it's not icy on the roads, so at least that's not an issue right now. The sun came out enough to melt whatever was left on the road, so that's good. Anyways, I'll check back in when I'm done. Sitting by the window, watching all the squirrels go by. Yes. So I finished reading all my children's TV show books. I would say Rotten Tommy was my least favorite at 2.5 stars, I would say. I liked the beginning. I thought it was creepy. But then as it got through, I just sort of kept going on. I just got bored of it. Maybe I'm just fatigued of the horror that I've been reading. And then I just finished Fear the Reaper, Stephen Graham Jones' second in the Indian Lake trilogy. So maybe I'm just slashered out. I don't know. But yeah, that was my least favorite. And then of these two, I think Knock Knock Open Wide was my favorite, but I really like Mr. Magic as well. I thought they were both solid books for me, at least. They were both 4 stars and above. So thank you for watching this vlog. We're going to end it there today. If you liked this, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. And that's all for today. Thanks. Bye.